the 2K Sports pregame show.
Playoff game 1 now, history. Time for game 2 of this series here on 2K Sports. We're in the first round. Shaquille O'Neal is here, so is Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Warriors in Oakland. Well, for the Warriors, with a loss in game 1, they surrendered home court advantage in the series. Tonight, a crucial game for them as they seek to remain in contention. And after dropping game 1 and losing home court advantage in the series, Shaq, this one is big.
Ernie, you see this steak in front of me, because if they lose these first 2 home games, you might as well put a fork in them and eat them. Steak, barbecue, chicken, everything. Can't recover from that, Ernie.
Game 2, it's already a must-win. That's a cold reality, Ernie. A cold reality.
Lose this one, though, Ernie. Want some steak?
Not exactly. Kev.
Can you get that?
The Western Conference NBA playoffs, round 1 continues. The Spurs come in off a critical game 1 win and are now poised and prepared as they attempt to take a 2-0 lead against the Golden State Warriors. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
Welcome to 2K Sports live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to bat. And the Spurs start out with the ball. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Mills out there with Murray. And it's Anderson and it's small forward.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Green slams it in.
You know what, Kevin? He may not be a super athlete, but the quick first step of Draymond is just a wonderful equalizer.
Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. Cook dishes to Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. Warriors on D. It's a 5-point game. Thursday's loss was a disappointment.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, it's sad when you're aggressive enough to draw the fouls, but just not enough touch to cash in at the line.
Now here's Murray. He's tightly guarded. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. Feeds it to Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Over Green. Aldridge's shot is good.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
Passes to Pachulia. On the wing, Green. Golden State moving the ball around. For the 3. Rebound by Murray. So it's the Spurs now. The dish to Mills. Left side Anderson over Durant. That's short off the rim. Warriors have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And Thompson kicks to Pachulia. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Gasol. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Greg Popovich.
And he was clearly feeling good coming out of the locker room. They were very composed all through their game 1 upset. he's hoping for more of the same tonight. He told me, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I'm going to get ahead of myself. If we go home with a 2-0 lead, we're going to be real tough to beat. I'd say so, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. They get a hand on it. Pachulia into the lane. Here's Durant. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Durant's got his first 2 points.
Well, Durant is a hustler, someone who stays active on the glass for a second chance opportunity.
Spurs making a switch here. Green's checked in. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. It's tipped. And here we go with Cook, heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Cook's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And the Warriors with some changes. Bell comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. San Antonio also making some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Gasol. Ginobili comes in for Anderson. And Tony Parker subbed in for Murray. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Clock at 6. Aldridge a screen. Fires from the line. Parker outside. To the inside. Gay. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker.
And Gay is surprisingly finessing the paint. A real offensive juggernaut.
Kicks it to Cook. And here's Green outside. That shot off the mark. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Green kicks to Parker. And there's the pass to Green. Puts up a 3. Parker's shot is off. Warriors leading by 5. Parker with the steal. The feed now to Aldridge. Pass to Green. Got a piece of it. Here's Durant. Green with the rebound.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go on the stat sheet. Close to getting the block, but really it had the same effect.
Here's Cook. And the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, and a nice look by Livingston, keeping his eyes up. Locates the man.
Spurs trail by 7. Parker outside. Pass to Green. Gay a screen on Durant. Green with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. West is checked in for Golden State. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. Spurs also with the sub. Forbes checked in. Warriors leading by 7. To the inside. Cook kicks to Bell. From deep. And again, no good by Golden State. Parker outside. He feeds it to Green. Gay a screen on Bell. Here's Aldridge. And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk one. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Livingston is out there with Young. Then there's Bell. Then there's Iguodala. And it's West in at the center position. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. The Spurs also with the sub. Gasol's checked in. Parker passes to Gasol. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
And the Spurs with some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Gay. And Murray subbed in for Tony Parker. Green dishes to Gasol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Forbes. At 3 off the mark. Warriors leading by 10. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Just a bad turnover, but they're still doing a good job hanging on to the ball in this game.
And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. I mean, there have been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Now here's Murray. He's covered by Livingston. And Anderson kicks to Gasol. Over West. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the defense can only do so much. Gasol knows he can get his shot up over anyone in this league.
Here's West. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. West has got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Livingston. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Rebound by Murray. Spurs trail by 10. And here we go. And Thompson sends it back.
Oh, he hasn't been much of a shot blocker in his career, but Clay denies that.
He dishes it to Livingston. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Livingston's got 5.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Murray kicks to Green. Dishes it to Gasol. And it's sent back by West. Thompson passes to Iguodala. Count the basket. And the Warriors lead by 14.
Oh, man, the long arms of Iguodala, such an asset, converting around the painted area.
It's stolen by Livingston. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Iguodala, no good.
He hasn't been very precise at all this quarter.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. A nice shot by Anderson.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And here are the Warriors now to the inside. West. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Anderson right side. It's rebounded by Livingston. Warriors leading by 14. And Thompson kicks it to Looney. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean dunk that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And how relentless is this guy? If you're the defense, he's the first one you're looking to block out there.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Draymond Green comes in for Kevon Looney. Kevin Durant's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston. Aldridge a screen. Mills dishes to Ginobili. They double-team Ginobili. Pachulia with the steal, and it's the Warriors on the break. Cook's got the ball. And there's Green on the assist by Durant. And the Warriors lead by 18.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Mills kicks to Anderson. Aldridge against Pachulia. Offensive rebound, and that one's good by Aldridge.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Thompson for three. The rebound by the Spurs. There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Anderson kicks to Ginobili. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
Wasted no time on that one. 6 points for Draymond Green.
And when Draymond sets his feet, catches, and releases in rhythm, watch out.
Poked away. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Mills with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Aldridge. A shot missing. And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building is where the action is happening. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Well, for Golden State, they have rebounded very well from their loss in Game 1 and have their eyes set squarely on evening this series up. What a response to a difficult opening game of the series for them. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action to the heart of the competition without any fear. That's why this is already a blowout.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
The Embarcadero in San Francisco with the Bay Bridge glistening in the background as we welcome you back to the Bay Area and back to Oakland, California. And we welcome you back to our coverage of round one in the NBA playoffs. One of the stories here, Draymond Green getting it done today.
And, you know, when the game is as important as this one, you expect to get a big performance from him. In that first half, he delivered.
Yeah, and as the stakes get raised coming down the stretch, it's a good bet that they'll continue to lean on him as much as possible.
And welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this round one matchup. On the court right now for the Spurs, Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Murray out there with Mills, and it's Anderson in at the small forward position. Green, the screen, it's good. Pachulia's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Warriors.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
The 3 from Mills drains the three-pointer.
Oh, the feed off the bounce is in just the right spot.
Warriors leading by 19 points. Here is Durant. Thompson passes to Pachulia. Golden State moving the ball around. But they recover it. Goes back up. Bank shot. No good.
D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Shots good by Mills.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Cook dishes to Durant. Green kicks to Pachulia. Gasol with the steal. Now Murray. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
You're so right. Trying to shrink the deficit, sometimes you push too hard to make something happen.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Anderson. Durant for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Durant's got 5 now.
Sometimes you can do everything right as a defender, but it doesn't matter. Durant is just that good with the jump shot.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Now, that's a great timeout called by the coach there to try to calm his team down. They're turning the ball over way too much.
Changes. Bell, he's checked in for Pachulia. And Nick Young is subbed in for Thompson. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Got a piece of it. Cook kicks to Durant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That is his first foul of the game.
A little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
You got to be a little more in control than that. The officials are never going to let you get away with that.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Forbes checked in, and Tony Parker is subbed in for DeJounte Murray. Bell kicks to Green. Over Aldridge. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. That's now 8 points for Draymond Green. Spurs trail by 21. Out left to the wing. They get it back. Green kicks to Gasol. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
You're so right. Trying to shrink the deficit, sometimes you push too hard to make something happen.
Durant, the pass to Green. Another three for Golden State.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Aldridge dishes to Green. Aldridge is screened. Parker outside. He kicks to Aldridge. Shot to stop the run. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Green kicks to Bell. Here's Durant. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup. Durant's got 7.
Oh, it just isn't his outside game you have to worry about with Durant. When he gets it in close, he rarely fails to convert.
Parker passes to Gay. Back to Parker. Poke loose. Gay kicks to Gasol. Bucket is good.
Oh, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
1:37 left in the third quarter. For 3, Durant. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And some changes here for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Cook. Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And Gasol gets it to go.
And Gasol didn't always have the perimeter shot, but in the latter stages of his career, he has really developed that.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Spurs trail by 21, and the wide open shot from Green. And too long on the shot.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
51 seconds left to play here in the third. Down low. Here's Ginobili. Takes it off the glass.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
Back to Livingston. Over Parker. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Inside. It's tipped. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Iguodala gets the bucket.
And squaring up is Iguodala. Nice follow-through on the release.
The Spurs have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Now here's Parker. He's guarded closely. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
You're so right. Trying to shrink the deficit, sometimes you push too hard to make something happen.
Nine seconds left to play in the third. Feeds to Young. Passes it to Looney. Here's Pachulia. Offline.
And the way Gay gets right in the jersey of the shooter is what is so bothersome. He really affects and alters the shots.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Cut, play. You just like something magical is going to happen. Okay? You got to make things happen. Let's score here. Let's go get some stops.
And Greg Popovich putting the responsibility on his players to take more action. We'll see if they can get it done.
Yeah, he wants them to just take charge of this game. Don't be passive. Impose your will on the game.
Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round 1 playoff matchup. Thompson at the 2 with Iguodala playing the 3. Looney out there with Pachulia, and it's Young in at the 1. That's the Warriors' 5. Here's Mills. Anderson outside, fires the 3, hits it from three-point range.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Pachulia, no luck.
Look, he had all the time in the world to get the jumper off. Maybe it was too much time.
And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
End-to-end, Thompson is very difficult to match up with defensively. I mean, if you don't do it, that's the outcome.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. I mean, there have been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
He's checked in for Nick Young. Then for the Spurs, Laverne, he's checked in for Gay. Bertanis comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Paul subbed in for DeJounte Murray. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Mills, the pass to Bertans. But they recover it. And it's Looney with the rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Golden State, Zaza Pachulia. Taking 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. And he's good on the second. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Mills dishes to Paul. Tipped away. Out in his own on the break. Thompson for the triple. Good on the three-point shot. Thompson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And Forbes kicks to Laverne. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here.
He can get awful fancy when he wants to. Iguodala wanted to that time. You fancy, huh?
And that replay is sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Cook, the pass to Iguodala. Second chance shot. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Mills dishes to Laverne. Paul outside. 6 to shoot. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Golden State. David West, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Parker outside, down low, tries to snap the cold streak, and the layup is up and in.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Livingston. They get it back. Here's Pachulia. The layup off target. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Bertanis, sinks that one from the post.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
The 3-ball. Livingston, that's good.
Great concentration by Livingston, able to convert with the defender in his shirt.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Bertans, defended by Durant. Durant with the steal.
And guys, that's going to wrap it up. Fans are piling out the exits. Obviously a huge win here in Game 2 for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. And San Antonio also making a switch. Mills, he's checked in for Paul. On its way from Young for 2, and it's Golden State with another.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Spurs shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. To the middle, to halt the run. Bertans' shot is good.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring run, but had to do this earlier. Now it shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that.
Some nice passing by Golden State. West, that's good.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Parker against Young. Bertans kicks to Laverne. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Down low, here's West. Lays it up off the glass.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
It's stolen by Livingston. And Young kicks to Cook. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Here's Aldridge. That one, no good. West passes to Young. Beyond the arc. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at 1 game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody's series.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Andre. I know if you could bottle a game like tonight, you would. But what's the key as you look forward to these upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in, play tough, and guys be ready to play.
Great performance tonight, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of the NBA Western Conference quarterfinals. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.